I get us some glasses?
I wish. It's for Victoria Grayson.
Who?
I'm Lydia Davis. My husband and I own the house you're staying in.
Oh. Oh, wow. So nice to meet you.
Welcome to the Hamptons.
Lydia! Emily Thorne. My God, is this your husband? Do you need a ride to the hospital? Gray Soup Boy's kinda cute.
That's Daniel Grayson, Victoria's tragically privileged spawn. I think she spotted you.
Good. Introduce us.
I just wanted to introduce you to a dear friend of mine, Victoria Grayson, Emily Thorne.
Hello, Mrs. Grayson. Lydia, hi.
Emily's renting my house for the summer. We met briefly on the beach.
And then yesterday at the South Fork Inn. I hope your husband's feeling better. Oh my God! I'm so sorry. God, I'm such an idiot.
No, don't worry about it. I'm Daniel.
Emily. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
I wanted the theme.
But don't let me stop you.
No, I've had about all the club soda I can take.
You don't drink? Thank you for a lovely party, Mrs. Grayson. It's great meeting both of you. They say vengeance is a dish best served cold. But sometimes it's as warm as a bowl of soup.
Don't think I didn't spot you flirting with Daniel Grayson at the yacht party last week.
What can I say? He's charming. So tell me, who is who?
Put your money where your mouth is on Daniel, and I'll take back the 5 points you're already down.
I'll take that bet. Hello again, Mr. and Mrs. Grayson.
Watch your money around this one, young lady. He'll take you for every penny if he can.
Well, I know a good bet when I see one.
Oh. You know Nolan Ross?
Yes, we've been close for a long time.
The other shoe's not gonna drop anytime soon. You should consider getting back into the market.
Never said I wasn't considering.
Another shocking turn in...
You know, you're making it very difficult for me to impress you.
I'm already impressed.
Spend some time around horses.
Yeah, I was the captain of the equestrian club my semester in Barcelona.
Daniel mentioned that you were captain of an equestrian team in Barcelona.
Yes, just for a semester.
Oh. When was that exactly?
2005. Why do you ask?
What are some of your other interests?
History, for one. I'm practically obsessed with it.
Will you be on the hunt for a fallback rental, or are you headed back to the city?
Actually, as of this email, I've just become the official new owner of the beach house.
That's great.
Thank you so much for tea, Mrs. Grayson. I can't tell you how much I've enjoyed this.
Bill Harmon. What do you need me to do?
You just did it. Now go. I want to get in with them. Today.
Today. Any particular reason?
Little bird may have whispered something. Thank you. Hello?
Emily, Bill Harmon. Listen, that little bird that whispered all calm, wouldn't happen to be the gentleman I saw you hugging outside the cafe this morning.
Well, I'm not saying that it was, and I'm not saying that it wasn't, but what I will say is that I trust that little bird enough to double my position. Hello, this is Valerie calling from Bill Harmon's office. I'm afraid I've got some bad news regarding a major stock loss today and its immediate effect on your portfolio. Please call the office as soon as you can. They passed away when I was a kid. Car crash.
Emily Thorne.
It's nice to see you again, Senator Kingsley.
What did you come here to help me finish what I started?
Well, I'm a big believer in finishing what you start. Too old school?
Not at all.
Excuse me. Hi, I'm at that table over there in the middle, and I don't have a steak knife.
Oh, wait right here.
Patrick! Patrick, stop! Stop! Patrick! Patrick.
You have a right to know what you're getting into.
Well, what am I getting into? I mean, who was that guy?
I dated his sister last summer.
So you break the sister's heart, and then Big Brother breaks your car? Is it done?
Second he opens that god-awful speech, the program will initiate.
You better be right.
You remember Emily?
You do look familiar.
Wait. Cameron also worked on the preservation committee.
Technically, Emily was the one who introduced us.
Good night, Mrs. Grayson. Actually, would you mind terribly if I started calling you Victoria?
You already got what you wanted. You destroyed a man's career.
I want to destroy his life. And then my parents' car went off a cliff, and they were both killed. But how do I get past that? I mean, I really want to move forward with this guy that I was telling you about, but I don't know. I guess I'm just afraid. Thank you, Dr. Banks. Though I did purchase a ticket to your tea in memory of my mother. And when I heard that Dr. Banks was speaking, I knew that I had to have a front row seat.
So I imagine I'll be seeing you at the tea then.
I wouldn't miss it. It takes a lot for me to get physical with anybody. Oh my God. I just...
Please let me out of here! Who the hell are you?
My involvement? Because that's exactly what I want. My most embarrassing confessions about her son, broadcast for all to see. What events does she have coming up?
This week, the Open Arms Charity Gala.
Me too.
Certainly hasn't stopped you from cozying up to Daniel Grayson.
That's because he actually is part of the plan. I'm sorry for what happened to you, Lydia. And I get that you're upset, but the money from the sale should more than compensate for your loss.
Listen, I'm so sorry about you and Daniel, dear. The way he's been behaving lately, perhaps it's for the best.
Open Arms always selects one charity to highlight at the gala. This year, they'll recognize the hard work of the Victims United outreach.
Victims United?
Their mission is to provide aid and counsel to the survivors of terrorism in 63 countries around the world.
Wow, what a wonderful cause. Lydia, what a surprise to see you again. Twice in one day. I packed up some of your things and sent them to you.
Twice in one day.
Lydia came by this morning, begging for her house back. Some mix-up in the divorce settlement.
Well, it's a fantastic piece of real estate. I forbid you to let go of it.
Oh, I have no intention of it, but when I politely declined, she practically threatened me.
Oh, it's an empty threat, I can assure you.
I'm sure you're right. I guess I'm still on edge about what happened with Dr. Banks. I was thinking the same thing this morning when I was packing Lydia's things. I came across this signed book by Dr. Banks with some quote about taking back control of her life.
I didn't know that Lydia was a patient of Dr. Banks.
Well, why would you? She was one of the only people whose sessions weren't exposed.
I don't suppose you've talked to Daniel.
Yes, we cleared up our misunderstanding. But if you're wondering why he's not here this evening, I'm afraid it has more to do with things at home than with me.
Lydia, aren't you dressed to kill?
I hope you got that box that I sent you. No police. Frank dug his own grave. All we need is for Victoria and Conrad to bury him in it. So why did they ask you to take them around the islands? Doesn't hurricane season end in November? So where do you guys fly into down there? Most of the airstrips are so short, half are unpaved.
I don't know, we just landed.
You just landed. On a dirt runway, in a $60 million plane. Heather, you're confused. You're giving spectacularly bad advice.
Forget it, I'm just trying to tell a story.
Oh, I believe that.
Who does she think she's talking to anyways?
That's a very good question. Now with Frank out of the way, it'll give me a chance to deal with Tyler.
Good.
Hey, I was just about to come see you. Well, Tyler, actually, to apologize.